Hey there, class. As you know, I am reviewing the sample essay, and at this point you should have already reviewed the directions for the assignments. So you should have looked at the synthesis essay guidelines. You should have looked at the rubric and read through all this, and then you should have also read the essay. If you haven't, pause this and go through that process. If you have, let's go. So you just want to know how I would score it. So let's go ahead and go through this list of things. So the first thing, let's look at the assignment guidelines first. One big deal is that this is supposed to be a 1,500 word essay, which is approximately 5 to 6 pages. And as you know, this essay is 9 pages, but the 9th one is a reference sheet, so it's 8. Let's just assume it's like 1750, something like that. The way that I'm going to dock points is that for every 100 you go over, I'll dock 1 point in the, let's see which category I'll do that in. Let's have that be in the focus and organization category in that. So let's say this is 1750, so it would be over by, it would lose 2 points in focus and organization because it went over the specified guidelines. Alright, so let's move up to the top. Analysis and support paper provides a clear and insightful rhetorical analysis for both articles and then explores the two articles' similarities and differences when answering the synthesis question. With comparison and contrast, the analytical section is clearly engaging and insightful. I actually think this section of the rubric is a little bit confusing. But basically, I've talked to you about how the focus isn't so much on rhetorical analysis as it is an analysis of how does this author answer your question. So I'm going to be looking in this section to see if you are showing how your authors answer the question and if you show some similarities and differences in your synthesis section. And is it engaging and insightful? It's not regurgitating, just like reporting on what the authors say, but you're it's interesting, it's engaging. Anyway, so that's where those 30 are going to come from, and you know from looking at this essay that it absolutely achieves that goal. So let's go to that next section. So that would be a full 30. Synthesis and integration. The student has effectively integrated the two sources into a dialogue with each other and steps beyond the two texts to clearly demonstrate a new understanding. Absolutely. You can see that when you look at the student's thesis right here, showing that the student has examined these two texts and come to an ultimate answer. And when you look at the synthesis section, you can see, look at this transition. After reading both articles' concerns about finding truth, a clear first principle emerges this. And even though this first paragraph talks mostly about Nibley, it does insert a little comment from Weinberger, and the rest of the essays do the same, using both of the articles to reach a new understanding. So again, a full 30 here. Focus and organization, you know that the student's going to lose 2 points for going way over the word limit, but the paper is clearly organized around a central question and contains a clear thesis that states both the main point of the analysis and synthesis sections. Let's look at that first. Let's see, it'd be on page 3. Okay. Yeah, so the student has address the question, how does one discern truth with so much conflicting, incomplete, and or false information? There's that question directing the whole essay, and then here's the answer. Okay, and which is then followed organizationally throughout the essay. So yes, that's achieved. Let's see, the paper's content and organization support the thesis, yes. Organization is clearly reflected using effective topic, sentence, and transitions. Paragraphs go here, yes. You can see that the paragraphs are kind of enormous. So if you want to break them up, you're addressing one thing, make sure that each topic sentence still serves as a roadmap for what each paragraph will be, but you could break it up a bit more than this student has, but I don't have too much of a problem with this. It's just that some of these paragraphs are almost a page long, so it does get a little bit chunky. So yes, the paragraphs do support the thesis. Organization is clearly reflected using effective topic, sentences, and transitions, and the paragraphs go here. The only I may take off one extra point just because that summary is quite long for the second essay. So maybe about a 17 or an 18 here. Style, language, and editing. Graceful language engages the reader, clearly communicates ideas. Yes. Powerful buried sentences, no grammar, punctuation errors, spelling and proofreading are virtually perfect. I would give the student an 8 in that category. If you look at the semicolons and the colon use, that's kind of the main thing, and then there's just a few typos. And then 5s for both of the other ones. That's how I'd grade it.